in-conference showdown awaits. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Clemson Tigers taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, you've been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Gets it to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that's a really good job by the defense understanding leverage. I can't let that fast sucker get outside of me towards the sidelines. Nice job expanding with him and then going and making a tackle. One of the hardest things to do in football is tackle guys in the open field. Great job going and getting them on the ground.
They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Got the back over the middle. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Irish generating heat from the linebacker position. A Mike Stonebreaker, Manti Te'o type play.
Hey, when you can get linebackers that can get after the quarterback, that can be a force on first, second, and third down, get in the quarterback's face, make his life heck. Really nice job by the linebacker there.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Clemson will send the punt team out. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Might be calling a hot route. They'll run the toss. Got enough for the first. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end to the ground. He's got it again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Fires to the tight end. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
He's run out of bounds, and they'll say he stepped out at the 27. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make it.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And that is priority number one for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
It's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Got it in the middle. It's Clark. Right down the boulevard. Touchdown, Tigers. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Coming out with it, it's Barrett. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Wide receiver going in motion. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing game. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
With the catch, it's Campbell. Oh, he's got some space. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Running into the open space. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Here's Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
And on the slant route, I love the location of the throw by the quarterback. He's not making it difficult on his receiver. He's putting the football out in front, hitting his receiver right in the face mask and making it easy for him.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
The Tigers look to keep this drive humming. Running back searching for a hole. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
He'll pull it on the read. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Play number 10 on this series. They'll move the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out fast. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on third down.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Between the uprights, it's good. Now up by 7 points here in the second. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, I believe someone calls it the Conference of Champions. Pac-12 action today. USC has the lead right now, but kind of fittingly, the men of Troy have been in a battle today. They're up by 7 over Cal. We'll keep you posted on things in this game that's sure to shake things up in the Pac-12. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping it up. Breaks into the open. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. That gives him 54 yards rushing in this one and well on his way to a 1,400-yard season. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. A strike downfield. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. He picked up a big chunk of yardage there, and there will be Irish jigs going in the stands.
And a lot of excitement. If they can find these down-the-field explosive plays and find a wide receiver out there they can depend on, this offense can really explode and take off to a new level. And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting it.
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And they're not on the same page there. Now, guys, when you're talking about Clemson, by the end of the day, one of these 2 teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have 2 teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking. He lets it fly. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
This time on target. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Looking to throw for it. He wants it all. Touchdown! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point splits the uprights. That drive covered 55 yards for the score. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. And he's going to bring it out. He'll be out of bounds at the 23 after gambling and bringing it out of the end zone. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Now they'll run it on the toss. Turning it on. The 50. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Clemson. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the air on 1st down. He tries to take the top off. Wide open downfield. Finds some room. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, Oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Bender. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab. It's Clark. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
The give to the tailback. Looks as if Clemson will have the first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they keep the tempo and they keep the foot on the gas, and that's what Clemson's kind of built this offense on, is tempo, trying to wear you out, and they slip in the run game and the quick passing game and a running QB and so many things to look at.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. And the Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. There he goes. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
And that last run is just a nice job seeing the hole, exploding through it. He has had a heck of a night. Now with that carry, over 100 yards on the game. That's the mark you really want to hit as a running back, and he's got that here tonight.
The Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Fires to the big fella. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Finally, a defense looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think, setting up 4th down. And that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make, rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. That's caught. It's James. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll leave it with the lone back.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. Here's the handoff. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Perez. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
He now has 72 yards on the ground for them so far, has his eyes set on that 1,400-yard mark.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
From the gun, the running back has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, how fast did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss? If you blinked, you missed it. Nice job by the defense, getting penetration, everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps quick, getting in the backfield, getting the guy on the ground.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Finds his tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
Well, that was a weird one because I think running back screen was called, but the quarterback just saw an open receiver downfield and said to himself, hey, I got an open guy. I'm just going to take it.
It's complete on the right side. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And that one will put them up here in the second half. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? You can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Ready to fire from the pistol. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Wants to go up top on first down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
And the Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at second and a mile. Looking to fire. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Got his man. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
On the run is Morton. He's in open space downfield. They get him stopped at the 26, but not before he picks up 5 yards.
All right, they've shown this formation a lot of times, especially in the first half. Now what do? They show the formation, pull some guys and run a counter backside. Beautiful play design. Way to adjust in the second half.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
On third down, he drops to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Campbell. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He's piled up 97 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. And after the really good gain on first down, they'll try to finish it off on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
Interesting decision here if you're the head coach. Just try to run it on third down. No can do. You've got the touchdown lead, but you really could make a statement. You could really seize a lot of momentum here early in the second half. If you go for it and hit and lead by 14, that's a whole different ballgame.
He'll sneak it. Sneak gets it done.
And man, that stings. If you're a defense, you get all the way to a fourth down situation and held them so many times, and man, they punch it in late, especially with the physicality. I hate when I get beat with physicality, and they pounded them, ran the football with all the big guys in the game, and got the touchdown.
And they tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Motion from the wideout. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the third quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Connection to the right. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
The give to the back. Look out, he's got room. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Want to talk about a monster performance? This guy now has 150 yards rushing. The defense has had no answer for this guy, and he's shown you why he is such a weapon in this offense. Speed, the ability to catch the ball, the vision, the quickness. He's got all the tools in the toolbox.
That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Quick strike through the air for the score. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. San Diego State is being humbled today. There's just no other way to say it. A complete and thorough thumping. They're trailing by 19 to Auburn. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here come the Irish back on offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
And you can feel the momentum a little bit, right? I mean, the fourth quarter has kind of changed, and this defense is settled in. Their offense has scored as well. So this is a big tipping point in this football game. This is a big possession because Uncle Mo is all on the side of the defense.
Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. The short hands, it's Morton. Brings into the open. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. And the timing just a hair off. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, what a play by the defense there. Trailing here in the 4th quarter by 1 possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Great spot to attack there, right off the turnover. Try to strike and keep them reeling.
Absolutely. Coaching 101. Sudden change. When you create a turnover and you get the ball back on offense, attack, attack, attack. Use the momentum. Try to make a big play.
They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Power football with the run. He breaks a tackle.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Second down, he'll throw it. And as he throws, working that left side. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. To the air on first down. Snagged out of the air. Touchdown, Clemson! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Exploded for a huge chunk of yards on that last one. They'll try to do it again here. 1st and 10 from the 33.
Cooler 18. Cooler 8. Here we go.
Rides to back and leaves it. Just ran him over. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Here comes the option. Oh, no, the ball popped out. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Well, this is the point of the game in the 4th quarter where turnovers matter so much. The defense knows if they can just find a way to steal a possession, they're giving themselves an opportunity to win it, and they do it right there. Physical play, you see the speed, and they're able to create the TO.
Looking downfield on first down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
How about the aggressive play calling? Love aggressiveness, bringing the free safety down, blitzing him, you could tell, completely disrupted the offense. They didn't know how to handle it. Free safety chases the QB, gets him on the ground.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on fourth down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He will not make a fair catch. Steal the punt and bring it back. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Wants to adjust the pattern. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. He's going to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, no mystery here. 3rd in California late in the game. Defense knows they're going to throw it, so they're going to have a lot of guys back in zone coverage. And these guys up front are going to be pinning their ears back. Quarterback better have the clock going off in his head.
Notre Dame comes to the line needing a chunk play on 3rd down. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile.
22, water.
From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. Got room on the return. At the 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. The pressure was rising. Drama just encapsulating this entire stadium, and the defense comes up with that pick.
Yeah, so the quarterback, he's got to be able to handle this situation. Obviously, everything gets elevated. Everything has to happen a split second sooner. You feel the crowd noise. You can feel the energy, but you've got to keep your poise. And you just wonder in this juncture of the game if the quarterback's starting to lose his cool.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They move on top here in the 4th.
Love the play call, love the execution. Late in the game with less than 2 minutes to go, they now take a touchdown lead and put so much pressure on the opposition in a 2-minute situation.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it has gone final in the ACC, a matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Wake Forest is going to enjoy the trip back to Winston-Salem after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there at home, and suddenly it's quite the resume. One thing we can always count on in the ACC is a spirited battle and a game that will make waves all along the eastern seaboard.
Yeah, how about that? And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Tigers. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Campbell. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. They'll give it to the back. He has the first and still on his feet. He now has 111 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. This is the situation you dreamed of in the backyard, but now it's for real. Gonna take a shot. He got it. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Just under 40 seconds to go, and it's going to come down to whether they can get this onside kick to have a shot. They got it, able to recover the onside kick, and they get the offense right back out there. Opening play of the drive from the 39. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you could just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football game.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. The quarterback takes a knee. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That will put the wrap on things from here for David